access to all your pictures and videos? I'm like, no.
My favorite thing is when they say such and such app would like to track your activity across, other apps. Would you like to, even if I say no, are you telling me you're just gonna magically not
Right.
not
So he's swiping, no swiping us. Like,
Right.
now we can't do it. As if they just gonna be like, fine.
yeah, it's okay. You said no. We'll
Now we'll keep it a
consent.
secret.
Yeah, no consent here. Like, shut up. Yo, if you watched the last episode, thank you so much. We really appreciate it because clearly YouTube is going to continue bending us over with a 15-inch strap on.
And I'm not saying I hate it, but I don't love it either.
Yeah, at least buy me something first. That's
Right.
how I'm feeling YouTube. But yo, if you've been keeping up with social media, specifically TikTok, there's some crazy shit going on. So
What's going on?
China, as you all know, is in an ongoing battle with the US, specifically Donald Trump and his cabinet, regarding tariffs and all these other things that are happening. Now, China's taking it a step further and going to ultimate petty. They're flooding TikTok with videos about how whatever we are using over here in the States is dramatically cheaper in China. And what's happening now is people are trying to figure out, like, how do I buy directly from China? So there's a video I want to show real quick. And then
So wait, people now are trying to just avoid the middleman and
Yeah.
go straight to China.
right, which
How do you do that?
so they're posting their websites where you can actually buy the stuff from China.
But
Now-
it still has to be imported.
right, but you don't have to, like, okay, so say you want to buy the Louis Vuitton bag.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it for $1,500 over there.
Mm-hmm.
You're paying maybe 15, 20K here for it. If you buy it from their website, yeah, you still got to pay the tariff surcharge and you got to pay shipping and all of that bullshit. But that's way different from you spending $20,000 for the
Mhm.
actual bag. Now, it's not going to have the Louis logo on it, but you're still going to have the same quality and everything else.
Well, I
That's
think the
awesome.
Louis logo is what makes the difference, no?
I don't think so.
I
but-
mean, that's the same reason Jordan was so popular here. Motherfuckers will buy a t-shirt that had the Jordan logo on
Yeah.
it for $50
right.
when the same t-shirt with no logo is 10 over there.
Yeah, but I think, see, if you follow the culty type of mentality, then yeah, for sure, you want to buy it because of whatever the symbol represents.
Right.
But at the end of the day, are you buying the bag because it has LV on it? If that's the case, you can go buy the cheapest bag in the store and it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
no,
yeah.
you want to buy the nicest looking, best quality shit. And if that's the case, you could be buying it for cheaper.
Okay.
But anyway, I hear your point, and maybe we'll just agree to disagree. But you're always wrong anyway. So here's the first video I just wanted to show. Let me make sure this is.
You know, Larry could have set this up before we started
I
recording.
could have, but
But he decided to do it while we're
because I
recording.
got to make sure that everything else is in order. Otherwise, your life will fall apart, and I'll be here by myself.
Just like every other part of your life.
Guys, this is a Birkin. I believe I don't need to waste any words introducing Birkin because everybody knows about Birkin. But this one is special. You can tell that the flap and the handles are made of Himalaya crocodile leather, while the rest of it is made of calf leather. Do you know that a Birkin completely made of Himalaya leather costs 300,000 USD? So I think this patched design is trying to strike the balance point between the quiet luxury of Birkin completely made of calf leather and the flamboyant luxury of the Birkin made completely of Himalaya leather.
All right. So
First of all, shout out to subtitles. I don't like, what is he yapping about?
first of all, whoever's doing the voiceover completely kind of fucked up. But also, I would find it hilarious if we got the original video without whoever's doing the voice, and he's like, "You fucking idiots for watching this video." I'm talking about this bag, but actually, how ignorant you all are in this country. You can only speak
But
one
to,
fucking
to
language.
say that while looking like he's
Yeah.
talking about the bag is
Next
top
level
tier.
elite. But no, there's a bunch of them shits. So here's the other one.
Do you want to buy laundry pots? Do you want laundry capsule? Do you want laundry bits? One pot costs only 5 cents. You can get 20 pots for just $1. You have good quality with better price. 10 years factory in Guangzhou. If you want to be our agent, please contact me for free sample.
Right. So they're paying $1 for 20 pods. What is Tide Pods cost in the store?
$15, $20, yeah.
Bro, you can buy that whole shit for $2.
And is this actual factual? They not just feeding us more bullshit.
Who knows?
They're not like, yo, y'all could get this here for 5 cents a piece, knowing damn well that we're just gonna believe that because we're mad that we're paying $20.
But at the end of the day, I think with something like this, it doesn't make sense because once you pay the import and all of that shit, it's going to end up being the same.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure there are places that are wholesale where like, okay, you can do a bulk order and pay like, you know, the same shipping as you would for just a couple of these things.
Right.
Then it makes sense. Like, all right, I'm getting more, I'm paying less, and now I don't have to go to fucking Target, which is on its way under the water anyway.
DEI. They about the DIE.
Right. Real shit. All right. And then this is like kind of the last one. And this is just to go to show you like, we are not as safe as we actually thought. Like the US, they like to make it seem like we're the center of the world. Everybody,
and I agree with that. I fuck with that noise.
Of course you do. And you're
You
going
were
to drop another eagle.
Yeah. American flag in the background.
But nah, like, I think there's actually a problem. And if this China shit continues, we're going to actually, we're going to be heavily reliant on somebody. It's not going to be us.
From China, let me show you the United States products in my home. Nothing. Do you have something from China in your home?
And then he laughs.
Because you know everything.
I'm like, go look at the camera and just laugh.
Yeah.
Like, y'all know damn well
You
everything
know.
in your crib.
Yo, I could literally pull the shirt off my back. It's probably made in China.
Probably.
Yeah. But no, I just thought it was hilarious because now people are flooding their comments like, oh, I'm about to move to China. I'm not like, this is the opposite of what Trump wanted for America.
Yeah. No, those are obviously. So here's what my takeaway.
Sure.
Because I saw a whole interview too where somebody was trying to call China out, talking about something. You guys are cutting yourself out of this big piece of like the trading business in the world. And dude from China was like, you guys are not as big as you think you are. The world is big. Like, we're going to figure it out. He was like, we've been here for 5,000 years. And a lot of that was without America. We're going to be here for another 5,000 years.
Right.
So like, I think they're ready for that. You know what I mean? They're like, we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
As much as they are, I do also think that America is too. Like, China isn't the only place that we're going to get shit from either.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Other people want to do business with us.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to be like, yo, China's gone. Let's step into that position.
I just think we have way more enemies than friends now. So like, all right, who's able to produce on China's level that is friendly? Maybe like an India, right? But what does that actually look like? You want
I don't want it.
Yeah. You want white Americans to be supported by Indians? Do you know how much they would hate that shit? Go on any TikTok video about India and look at the comments, bro. It's absolutely disgusting.
Really? I haven't seen any.
The way they talk about Indian people on TikTok. And I'm not saying like indigenous. I'm talking about like India.
Like customer service.
Yeah, I'm not.
India.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
What do you?
I'm not doing
I'm just trying to elaborate.
Yeah, are you?
7-Eleven or 9-11?
I mean, like, wow.
I'm just trying to help you understand, or help everybody else
help me understand
what you're talking about. It's not me.
Yeah, you're so full of shit, bruh. I am so tired of this country, though. Like, everything's dumb expensive now.
Yeah.
Like my little brother's, or my little sister's aunt, because we have different dads. That's just a black dynamic, you know.
I didn't even question.
Yeah, I know. I was just gonna say it before you say it. We got different dads.
Not a surprise to anybody watching.
Okay. But she was showing me she ordered some shit online, and like she paid taxes, she paid for whatever the item was, and then underneath all of that, it said tariff surcharge of $11.35. But I thought what you guys were saying was that everybody else was paying for the tariffs, not us. That's what I thought.
That's what the idiots thought. Because this tariff shit has been a conversation since September of last year.
Yeah.
And people have been trying to explain to the the ones that don't understand
Yeah.
that we're the ones that are going to be paying that surcharge, that
Yeah.
difference, that markup is going to be on us.
Of course.
And, they're all like, well, Trump knows what he's doing. He's using it as a negotiation tactic, right? Because everybody thinks that he just he has a fucking 15-step plan on how
Yeah.
to bring America back. And step one is raise the tariffs.
And then China came out and said, no, there's no negotiations to be had.
And Trump was in the fucking book, like, we have all the comebacks. This was not in the fucking plan.
Bro,
They said that they were phone.
I was reading some shit. Shout out to Earn Your Leisure. Actually, I saw it on their channel. China, I think, increased it to the tariff tax to 124%. And it was like, yeah, we don't need to increase it anymore. It's not going to go any higher than that. Basically, like, the damage is done. And whatever you do from here on out will just be fucked up. And
At this point, I think Trump needs to full send it.
yeah, just
500%. Go whatever you could actually put at the top, 1,000% tariffs. At this point, just make it a point. Right? Y'all not just let them know that the negotiation is 100% over. It looks like you guys aren't going to come back.
and now out petty.
Let's just 1,000% tariffs on China.
No, you know how he could really fuck with them? Just put black people in all his movies. Like, make sure every movie that comes out of America has black people in it.
And put them in the posters.
Especially on Star Wars.
China's going to be like, well, we can't show the movie. We can't put the poster up.
Yo, I think they would 100% kill everything Disney, everything, like anything even remotely close to like, anti-China rhetoric coming out of the US. Like, that shit will never make it across the water.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah. Like,
What we need, again, is like Looney Tunes, right? The OG Tom and Jerry, right? Just getting right back to their crazy racist style.
bro, yeah, they definitely used to have crazy
They used to
shit.
be wildin'.
Yo, as a Hispanic person, what was the mouse name that wore to some
Speedy
Speedy
Gonzalez?
Gonzalez? Was that offensive?
I didn't think so until
Okay.
like I got older, and then people like that weren't Hispanic would just refer to Hispanic
Yeah,
people
just
as
a blanket
Speedy Gonzalez.
statement. Okay.
And I'd be like, oh, this is a thing. It never really bothered me because I was never that fast. So
Right.
it was never for me.
Yo, my favorite would be how, like, on episodes of Tom and Jerry, you never knew if the black lady in the house owned the house or if she was cleaning. like she's just there. There's no explanation. And then she's thick as all hell. Like, bro.
Looney
them
Tunes too. You Looney Tunes used to be on some shit too, bro.
I really don't remember nothing crazy from Looney Tunes.
I remember him like shooting like Bugs Bunny was at war with like Indians. And he'd be like 1, like 2 Indian, 3 Indian. And then he'd be like, oh, that one was a half. And then he'll erase like half. So it's like 2.5 Indian. Like they used to be wild.
Wow.
on Looney Tunes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember that. Maybe I need to go back. Maybe we should do
They
like a
just need to bring that
montage.
back.
Yeah.
I think they need to bring that back, full send it back, OG Looney Tune, Tom and Jerry style. And just, say what everybody thinking.
I hope that we're able to kill this narrative that all Americans are ignorant and all Americans are racist. But it don't seem like that, because from what I've been hearing, a lot of people who like vacation here during the summer or whatever, they're like opting to go to Canada or somewhere else now because they're like, oh, I don't feel safe, especially with everybody being deported left.
Well,
and right.
yeah, I've heard that too. Because I mean, I don't think me and you have like touched on the whole like, what is it, Palestine,
Gaza,
that whole situation. But apparently now he's just straight up deporting people that support Palestine too.
Yeah, I saw
And
that.
I'm like, that's kind of crazy to just be like, oh, you said what? Get the fuck up out of here. And he'd be like, but I can illegally be here. And they'd be like, look at it, fucking rip it up, and be like, where's your paperwork?
Bro, he's playing real life beast games. He's just hitting a button and he's disappearing forever.
Dog, just vanishing.
Yo, they told me, like, I watched this one video where they grabbed the girl like off the street because she wrote an article like a year ago.
Crazy.
And she was going to school. She was like walking down the street, minding her business. She wasn't doing nothing crazy, but she wrote an article basically saying like how Israel needed to stop bombing Gaza. And then ICE deported her for that shit. Like, and her
She's
lawyer
from
was
Chicago, and where'd they send her?
they sent her to like Louisiana or some shit, bro. It was like her lawyer couldn't find her. They had no track record of anything that had transpired after they picked her
Her
up.
apartment is empty.
I'm like, yo, this is fucking crazy. How are we doing this?
Yeah,
But these are the same people talking about, oh, don't step on my rights.
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Where's
everybody
our
wants to be loud until they get told to be quiet.
Yeah, like where's the right to free speech now?
But yeah, I mean, if I was like from another country too, with everything going on, I would probably avoid America too.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not about to be like, okay, family, let's go over there and see if we don't get caught up in some shit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yo, it's fucked up. The other night I was like, I forget what, oh no, we were watching, have you ever watched White Lotus?
No.
Okay. We've been watching it. I don't know how I feel about it. I can't say I would recommend it. I think it's a very niche kind of show, but apparently people love it, whatever. But we were watching that last night, and the guy was basically saying like he was staying in Thailand to avoid going back to the States because he was like on the run or something.
Okay.
So then I was like, damn, what other places can you go to and not get extradited to the US? But it's basically like a list of all the places that you would think are evil if you lived here, like Iran, Russia, China.
Iran is probably I ran to Iran because I'm about to get fucking caught over here,
Bro. Yo, I was like, yeah, it makes sense that they're not going to extradite you from these places
Right,
because
but you
they're literally
probably
at
don't
war.
want to be there either.
Also, like you come here thinking you seek an asylum, now you're a hostage.
Right. And they talk about some, yeah, we got one of yours. They were like, you can keep him.
What the fuck? He was on the run. We don't want him anyway. Bro, I hate this country sometimes, but I guess, make do, right?
Yeah, I mean, survive.
Where else we're going?
So where do you see the tariff situation? Are other countries kind of bending the knee and whatever they want to call it?
No. Canada just
Didn't they
issued
threaten to like shut down power in America?
they threatened to shut off power completely to 3 states. I think it's New York, Michigan, and somewhere else. It's like further north, obviously closer to them.
But they never did that, right?
No, what they did was they put a 25% tax on the electricity, and they said they'll go higher if they have to, or they'll just completely shut this shit off.
So from a business standpoint, because you're a businessman, you work for yourself, right? Can you find any reasoning for the tariff war that's going on? Like, do you understand to a certain extent what Trump is doing? And is it a negotiation tactic? Because people have been saying that we've been hit with tariffs really unfairly through the years, and that's his attempt to balance the scales. I don't know if that's true. I'm not, read up on it. That's just what I've heard.
Obviously, I'm not an economist, so I'm not going to explain 100% how somebody else would. But I think just from a negotiation standpoint, America is not in a place to have like a lot of leverage over these countries. Like we need these other countries. Like their trade is beneficial for everybody. It only makes sense. We can't grow everything in this country. I think what Trump should have done instead of this tariff bullshit was incentivize businesses with like more tax write-offs. That's your thing, right? You want to give tax cuts to billionaires and millionaires. Incentivize companies. Say, hey, listen, if you hire X amount of people or you make these things here in America, we'll give you this amount of money or this amount of tax cuts. And also help, like maybe like put money into, I don't know if schools is the right word, but like put money into some sort of like government initiative.
Definitely won't be schools. These motherfuckers don't care about education.
Of course, exactly. But that's why I was like, maybe not schools, but put money into some sort of government initiative to start teaching people how to code, how to develop AI, how to create these microchips and shit that we need from all these other places. Like, we're not going back to the mining coal and building railroads and sweatshop fucking industrial America. That shit is gone.
Yeah.
And even if we did, who would take that job?
Exactly. That's where I was going to go with that. It's like if they're like, oh, build these factories and get them started here, who's going to work there? Because you're not going to pay what people are going to be required to do those jobs. No one's going to want to be like, okay, $7 an hour and I've got to be here for 12 hours. I don't get a lunch break and I got like, full labor work, no one's going to take that job.
Like,
And you're
they don't-
deporting anybody that would take it.
Exactly. Like these farmers were fucking shocked to find out that all the people who worked their fields were gone.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
And then
getting
now they
deported.
got to get Americans who are like, I'll do this for $15, $20 an hour. And they're like, I was paying like at 50
$3. Like
he was paying
barely.
me. I was like, I would give him a portion of some food and he would just go home.
Yo, and people be complaining about working for Amazon. Like, oh, I had to do a 14-hour shift. I'm only making 20. Yeah, imagine working 18 hours, coming home, and you got fucking black lungs when you get in the shower.
Right. And then you living with 6 or 7 other people because you can't even afford to get your own place because
Oh
y'all don't
my
get
God.
paid well.
Right. Whereas if we just shifted hard into like tech, now not only do we keep up with people for the foreseeable future, but also like the jobs that people don't really want to do that don't pay well, we don't gotta fucking focus on
Right.
those.
Right. But I mean, for the taxes and everything that we pay, that's not represented in like the world that like in America.
No.
It's such a like unbalanced scale
Oh my
of like,
God.
oh, we pay this much taxes and how much is actually being put back
Right.
in. Like it's so unbalanced. I mean, don't I do believe if aliens attacked,
I'd be praying for
our
it, man.
military has some shit. Like they have to.
That's where all the money going.
That's where all the money goes. They have trillions of dollars invested in our military.
Yep.
That I'm pretty sure that if aliens attacked, they would have some shit locked away that was like, we knew it would happen, and then pull out some futuristic weapons that we couldn't even.
Operation Clear Sky.
Right.
And just obliterate the sun. Like,
So that I believe is happening. Military is getting the money 110%. They just need to take a little portion of that and just, like you said, invest it into some other shit that would help the country grow and be more self-sustaining rather than being so reliant on other countries.
you're younger than me, but I think you were like of age to remember when the Philly tax, the sugar tax. you remember
yeah,
that?
I remember that.
Do you remember they were saying it was supposed to help schools?
Yeah, they just be saying anything. Yeah.
They did that, and then immediately every year after, it was like every school was fucking closing.
Yeah, yeah.
All of them turned into apartment buildings.
Yep.
So, and then I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm glad you brought this shit up, bro. NBA players are making like $200+ million over 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting taxed on like 40 to 50% of that. So
Mhm.
you're telling me that America's making $130 million from just LeBron James over
Yeah.
4 years, and there's potholes everywhere. Where the fuck is the money? Where the fuck is the money?
That is a great question because that's a lot of money to not be seen.
Bro, one NBA team is $1 billion.
Where is
What
that
the
bread,
fuck?
bro?
Yo, and then Elon comes in and he's like, yeah, there's waste, fraud, and abuse. And then just walked off fucking Jimmy Kimmel the other night because he was getting asked questions.
Did he? I don't keep up with
Oh
any of
my
that shit.
God,
I
let me
would love to
find
watch that.
shit.
Because I know that he definitely been like coming into the cut talking about there's a lot of stealing going on back here. And then everybody who's eating it up was like, then show us the truth. Like he's going to expose it. And all he did was lay off 10,000 people at this other place, cut 100,000 people from over there. 100,000 people is an exaggeration. We get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
And then do nothing else. He's just cutting shit that would benefit his business and his pocket. And everybody on that side is all like, well, no, this is what he has to do this to expose. He's not exposing shit, man.
I think this is it. Hold on.
Walking
This
off
is
of Kimmel was funny.
Yeah.
Because like it's a talk show. He was getting blasted with questions on that talk show.
Bro, so I don't know what this video is. Hopefully it's the real deal.
Jimmy
but-
Kimmel kicks Elon Musk off his show. What happened next left America speechless. Well, let's see if I'll be speechless.
Yeah, and I highly doubt this is even relevant. Sometimes I hate people who post shit.
Elon stayed calm, got kicked off, and then responded in
Yeah.
a way that made
AI
the entire
Immediately.
On
Let's see if this one. All right. Okay, I don't even know what
This is why I hate TikTok low key,
Yeah.
dog. Everybody want to do
Part 1, Part 7. Just play the goddamn video.
on Jimmy Kimmel show. Elon Musk was kicked off after, and then just
Stage lights dimmed.
Yep, never mind.
yeah,
Okay.
it's all fake shit.
Yeah, either way, go look it up for yourself. Well, so I'm getting sidetracked, but I gotta talk about it because I know how much you be blasting and dunking on Indians.
When the fuck do I do any of that?
There's this anime that I was watching called Solo Leveling,
Okay.
and the show the season ended, so I was like, man, I'm reading stuff. They're saying they're not going to renew the anime as far as like the visual shit.
Mm-hmm.
something. All right, let me start reading the comic or the manhwa, whatever they call it. There's a guy who posts clips. Like he'll take like each scene from the comic, create a short on YouTube, color it so it looks like you're actually watching something decent. He's using AI to read the description, the captions and stuff from the comic. And then he had one video where he uses actual voice, and it was an Indian person. And people were going ballistic in the comments. The dude was like, "Don't use the Indian voice. You're ruining my favorite channel." I said, "It's his fucking channel. Like,
you should have never fucking exposed this,
right? Like,
we don't want to know you. We want to know the content."
Bro, I was dying.
Mr. Patel was a little upset after those comments.
Mr. Patel, shut the fuck up. But nah, yeah, like to your point, Elon's supposed to be doing all of this shit, and
it was the whole like, apparently there was an announcement that he made, or somebody started this rumor that during the Super Bowl he invested like $10 or $11 million for an ad that was going to expose all the corrupt shit in America. And apparently there was a bunch of like right-wing people that was like only watching to see that commercial. And I had seen TikToks that was like, Elon's gonna expose the government. Never happened.
Bro, did you see him? You're into streaming.
Mm-hmm.
He was streaming some game, I think Path to Exile.
And they was trolling him. The
dogging the shit out of him.
Talking about Tesla's dog shit. I saw that.
Yo, there's somebody who made an account and was like, "Elon, it's your wife, or no, it's your ex. Pay your child support, you piece of shit."
I've been there.
Oh yeah, you were good for that. Yeah, you're good for that.
I've been there.
Yo, it's so funny because like he was trying to say how good of a PC player he was in these games, and then it got exposed that he was paying people to level up his accounts. Like he wasn't even actually putting in the work. Like, isn't that basically what his MO is at this point?
I mean, a lot of streamers do that, low-key, I do believe.
Of course, because they're doing other shit.
They're doing other shit because like Verdansk just came back to like Warzone.
Okay.
So it's like the OG map when it first came out. Right. And now you got all these streamers and like, you don't know them, but like Tim the Tap Man.
I know Tim the Tap Man.
Like Nick Merckx, right?
Yeah.
All these people that do not even play COD anymore suddenly came back to Verdansk with everything unlocked.
Oh,
I'm like, y'all don't even fucking play the game and you got everything unlocked. And here I am playing the game every now and again just because I want to unlock some shit when I play Warzone. And it's taking me forever. I'm like, hey, y'all don't even play the shit. And when y'all hop on, y'all was like, this is the build. I'm like, how do you have this?
You can't just buy it?
You can't.
Oh, wow.
So I'm sure they either like they have other people just leveling this shit up behind them, or they got like some cheats to unlock all this shit.
Yeah.
And they just, they get away with it because they're streamers.
On PC, can you buy accounts? Like if I wanted to play
I'm sure you can, yeah.
Okay. Because I was thinking like maybe that's the other thing. It's like, all right, I just go buy an account, change the name.
That's an option for sure. Yeah. And like leveled up and all the way.
Right.
Yeah. People, I know people do that, yeah. That was a sidetrack for sure. So back to America. No, I don't know where it's headed. I'm
a little nervous. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, all I do is all I've been doing. It's just getting harder to do. Is just like worry about you, worry about your money, worry about what you can control, right? Yeah. But so much of the shit that is out of your control is just starting to affect everything that you can control, and then it's just starting to get more complicated. And it just becomes a lot. It's worrisome,
bro. To that point, so there's like grants and down payment assistance programs.
Not for minorities.
Not anymore. Yeah. Like, so for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a licensed realtor. I also have a degree in psychology. Yes. Cause George is going to fucking say it. So I had clients who were shopping for houses and they were supposed to get this money from the state. And then they killed all of the grants. Doge killed all of the grants that was for first-time buyers. And I'm like, all right, this is like literally counterproductive. You want people to spend money in real estate because if people buy homes, the state and the city get tax money from the sale, right? How many people, the jobs depend on real estate? Plumbers, contractors, electricians, people who work in the city to file the deed and all. Like
No, that's
you're
true, yeah.
cutting so many people out of jobs intentionally and unintentionally. Like just not even thinking like, oh, we want to make sure minorities can't buy. Like there's too many houses for white people to buy all of them.
Yeah.
Leave that shit alone. What
Yeah.
the-
Is it the purpose for that to just be like, let these big corporations buy these
Maybe.
houses and then rent them to the minorities?
Maybe, but also like their one thing they've been consistent on is making sure that there's no DEI anything. So if
Yeah.
anything includes minority inclusion, equality, equity, anything that even remotely close to that in name or in content has gotten axed.
Yeah.
So people are now calling it other stuff like I don't know, togetherness.
Oh boy. All Lives Matter grant.
Yeah. The All Lives Matter grant is crazy. That's crazy.
I bet
That's
you
crazy.
they gonna be like, I guess set me up for that one.
Yo, I ain't gonna hold you. You need to go get that shit patented. Cause that's gonna be in HUD tomorrow.
That's
We have the
funny.
All Lives Matter grant. So if you've been discriminated against in the housing market for the last 10 years and you're not a minority.
Bro, turning All Lives Matter into a DEI thing.
I didn't even think about it. Yeah. Yeah, no, real shit. They claim they're the minorities now. So I mean, I don't know. They
All
still
Lives Matter is DEI.
60% of the fucking country.
Because in theory, that argument means that everybody's equal.
Yeah.
Is that not what DEI stands for?
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go, world. Anyway, look, on to the next. Everybody, take care of you, take care of yours. USA, USA, America, America. Bald Eagle and freedom. And if you got oil, we're coming for it. That's what we're going to have.
Yo. Gonna get that oil. See y'all next time.